Alrighty, so in today's video, we are reviewing the Sugofest characters that just came out for New Year's ago. So we just did the Luffy and Bonnie video, so let's keep going as we explore the Garcia Saturn unit that got announced here. So again, kind of surprised to see him already back, considering he got a legend not too long ago. So let's see if Bandai did anything to kind of make him a replacement or any better than the existing unit that he has out there. So this is the artwork here. Looks like he has a final tap ability there. Yeah, he has final tap ability there. He does have a super type or clash, depending on what he does there. So yeah, he's driven cerebral, strength, focused. It is just his unit, even though his artwork has all three characters on there. It is just Saturn himself. So that's good. At least talking about him having multiple people on there and taking tags from different people, so you can still hopefully use those other two characters there. So let's get into the key points of what he can do. So he changes strength character to super strength, driven to super driven, and he has a final tap Sugo. Okay. That's just okay. Nothing kind of too crazy broken there. And he has a special where 5 or more Egghead, Scientist, Navy, Real Government, and or 5 elders on the crew, ignores immunity to stats effects, increases damage taken for all enemies by 2.5 times for 2 turns. Okay, so already doing some additional debuffs to immunity, so love to see that. Let's kind of get into some of the actual details of what the unit does. We already talked about that he is strength driven and cerebral. Insect crushing claws are the world government's highest authority. So special reduces crew's prowess and attack down by 10. That's pretty good. Automatically 2 debuffs, 10 turns. Good to see that. Love to see that. Again, I wonder if it would be similar to Luffy and Bonnie, where they don't have the ability to get rid of debuffs in their captain, so they kind of put it all on the special. I wonder if we'll see something similar there. He gives a strength territory to the field for 3 turns. Locks the chain multiplier minimum at up to 4.5 for up to 5 turns. Well, that's a lot of turns of a chain minimum, which is good just based on the captain action special that's there. So he goes, yeah, 4.5 to 30 for 5 turns. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'm guessing you'll see a lot of gimmicks in the upcoming events where you'll have to get above a certain chain threshold to do damage. And I'm guessing that's why you'll want to pull this guy to kind of take over that. But not terrible. Pretty good so far. When 5 more Egghead, Scientist, Navy, World Government, or Elders are on the crew, ignores immunity to stats effects, increases damage taken by 2.5 for 2 turns. So again, I think this would actually work out relatively well with the Luffy Bonnie, right? Because they had the ability in their kit where they can do some additional boost to this if the enemy has increased damage taken on them, so that's good. You can kind of buff that a little bit more if you're using them in tandem. And then when 5 or more Scientists and or 5 Elders are on the crew, further increases all enemies increased damage taken effect by 1.0. Alright, so this is increased damage to the enemies. It's not... it looks like... So it's interesting. So I guess it will also apply to... damage taken from this special. So does he actually do any damage himself on his special? I don't see any damage here. Like, I was thinking originally, like, maybe they were going to use this for like the 300 times attack that you can use on the Luffy Bonnie unit. If you use this and then use the Luffy Bonnie unit, you get an increased damage to that special. But it looks like it just does a little bit of an increase of damage taken. So again, a lot of these units so far seem to be just focus on just doing a bunch of damage. Obviously, Luffy Bonnie does much more than this guy, but still, he's getting some helpful utility there. So not a terrible special, definitely not as good as the Luffy Bonnie's there, but getting a chain multiplier from 4.5 to 30 is good. Getting increased damage taken through immunity is really good, and then just being able to give yourself an increased damage boost as well is pretty good. So respectable special, not terrible at all. So let's get into the captain ability. Gather 5 Elders. So he reduces strength type, driven cerebral class character special charge time versus and switch effect by 2. Okay, that's okay. That's respectable. It gives them a 6-time attack, and also makes their strength and recovery slots have matching slot effects. So again, kind of similar so far to what we saw with Bonnie, just for this character's class and types. If they are a captain, you can do the action special. And basically you get a 1.1 attack boost, and you can get and also a 1.4 times attack boost if you have any of if you have these tags out there. So just let you do more damage, right? So again, respectable 6 times multiplier with the ability to go higher with depending on the action special that's here. Like to see that. And then Again, you get some additional buffs on the character tags on your crew. So it will give you Egghead, Scientist, Navy, War Government, 5 other characters attacked by 1.1, just more damage. And when you have 4 more of those characters on the crew, and you have type effect boost, allows crew type effect boost to be further increased. So it allows you basically a stackable effect boost, which is interesting because we haven't seen a legend that will give you that type boost initially. So I'm guessing that maybe Emmett or Kuma might do that, but we don't have a unit that will give you that, unless it might come from a super as well, but we don't have a way to trigger this that we know about yet, so let's see if there's something there. But yeah, 2 stackable effect boosts is awesome, and you get also 1.4 times boost up to 10. Yeah, that's pretty good. Again, it seems like the Bonnie Luffy was focused much more on attack. This guy is really focused more on the chain and the slots. So yeah, it's kind of very complementary to each other. But with these things, you're going to be just a ton of damage. And then it reduces the charge time by 8 turns to start the quest. What was the cooldown for his special? We don't see it. I wonder if it's 30 like the other ones were. If it was, that makes a lot more sense. But I'm guessing it'll probably be 30 like he was when he first came out on there. So it's good that he has a way to reduce himself by 8 turns. If you obviously have double captain, you get 16 turns reduced, so that's good. Let's get into his crewmate ability here. He makes strength recovery slots have matching slot effects and just gives a little bit of stat boost. And if you have the territory-driven class or cerebral, adds 0.2 to the chain multiplier minimum. I mean, it's okay. You just get a little bit extra damage here. Nothing kind of too crazy or broken. The crewmate ability. His final tap, you get your own slot, which is kind of okay. And you get a 0.3 slot effect boost, and you get a 2.25 chain multiplier. It's okay. It's not as good as the Luffy Bonnies, but it's not base attack boost, right? So yeah, it'll give you a little bit more slot effect boost there, and also the chain multiplier. Yeah, not terrible. It's okay. I don't know if I'd rush to max this one out. I think obviously the Luffy Bonnie has the better one. Sorry, I don't have a final tap Sugo. So yeah, I would say like, yeah, I don't know if people are going to be like going crazy to max this final tap out. It's okay, but yeah, I don't see people going too nuts to get this up to level 5. Just gonna get basically the extra slot effect boost there, and you get a little bit higher final chain than if he's at level 1. So yeah, don't waste your final tablets on this guy. I don't think you'll need it. So for the EX Super, activation requirements. When the crew's type effect boost is 7 times or more, so we've seen this with the 5 others before, right, with their characters, or when you have the ability to overheal. So that's awesome. And you can even use a crewmate. That's even better that you can use as a crewmate. So that's good. And like I said, activation requirements for overheal aren't hard at all to match. So you should be able to get that pretty easily. Changes strength character to super strength, changes driven to super driven, reduces character special charge by 5. So again, this kind of help with his high CT on his special, and again gives an advantageous class effect. Ooh, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. The advantageous class effect is really good. Yeah, there's not a lot of characters that can give that out there today. So yeah, that's definitely a good way to get a little bit of extra damage out there. So I do like his EX Super. Yeah, so far, like, I'm a fan of the special. I'm a fan of the EX Super. This captain ability is just kind of okay. But yeah, that EX Super is pretty good. Support effects. So let's see what happens. Again, he attached to any of pretty much the 5 Elder characters right now with 99 cost or more. Or the Celestial Dragons. Once requested with prowess or attack down, reduces it by 2 turns. That's good. 2 different debuffs, 2 turns, just for being set as support is pretty good. Now, granted, the other Elder characters for their supports would give like 5 or 6 turns, right, for 1 debuff. So this is a little bit better, and it's a little bit more versatile, but not as many turns that it removes. But still pretty good support effect. Definitely could see some use there. Not complaining there. So let's get into Rumble. I'm really excited to see what this guy can do in Rumble. So yeah, well, let's see. Targets strength type and driven classmates for defense up level 6. Okay, that's okay. Strength type and driven classmates for reduced half stats duration. Okay, you don't see that like too often, so that's just kind of whatever. Targets 2 Navy, Royal Government, or Zone type teammates, including Stealth, for 100% chance of haste. Alright, it's pretty obvious they still want you to pretty much build a team with this guy around like the 5 elders. Like obviously, most of the 5 elders are I think all of them are driven at least. So that's kind of what you'll probably most be building this guy with. He does have a high special CT of 30, right? So that's kind of the downside there. But yeah, if you can get the special off, he'll basically haste himself, which is fine. He'll haste 2 of those characters to the top. Does a 12 times spread damage, so I actually like the fixed damage number from Luffy and Bonnie's a little bit better, right? Because if you, let's say you have 5 units on the field, right, then you're only going to get a little bit over a 2 times multiplier of your attack times 2, right? Attack times 2.25 or whatever the multiplier would be there if you have 5 on the field. And there's no additional attack like Luffy and Bonnie had, so it's kind of a pared down version of their special. It's not bad. If you hit 1 enemy for attack times 12, you're probably going to kill them. You know, even up to 3 enemies, I think you'll do a pretty good amount of damage. But I think if there's more than 3 enemies on the field, you're going to notice that you're not going to be hitting nearly as hard. And that means that this guy has to survive till the end, right, to be able to get a huge chunk of the enemy's bench gone to be able to use that. So it's good, but definitely not as good as the Luffy and Bonnie there. And then when 5 or more Navy, or Government, or Zone characters are on the team, gives another 15 times spread damage. Okay, so basically... yeah, so you can basically get almost like a 5 times attack. If you have at least 5 of these characters on here, you get, and you have 5 characters on the field for your enemy, right? You get the 3 from here, you get like the 2.25 from here, so you can get like a 5 times attack multiplier to everyone, right? And then again, as the teammates units die and you get more and more people, that attack will hit heavier and heavier, right? So, yeah, I mean it's not terrible. Like it's gonna do a ton of damage, right? 5 times attack is actually pretty respectable. So this guy is not going to be fun to deal with, especially because Mars is already a strength unit, right? And he's already driven as well. You have other units out there like Pika or Dofi, right? Who are strength driven. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this guy gets some play. I've seen with the multiplier damage, I think he'll definitely see some play there. But he so far I don't think he's as broken as Bonnie and Luffy in terms of his Rumble special. And again, it's at 30, so it's like super high. And I don't see a way here to reduce that, like you saw with the Luffy and Bonnie, right? A way to get that to go quicker. So most likely, you're gonna be waiting quite a bit for this time. And if you're facing a team that has the Bonnie Luffy, right, and they do the force out, they could kill your whole team before you even get a chance to get your special going. So I think that's going to kind of hinder him a little bit on his kit. For the Rumble ability, he targets Strength type, Driven class, and 5 Elders for HP, recovery, speed up. So there's some stat boost there. That's fine. Navy, World Government, and Zone for attack up level 5, defense up level 3. Again, just some okay stat boost there. And if you have half stats, targets this character for attack up level 6 and on enemies for defense down. That's interesting, the half stats thing. So I guess they're expecting you to fight characters that are giving you half stats, and then obviously get some additional buffs there. But ultimately, like his Rumble ability really isn't that good, especially because it didn't get any like special CT reduction there. It's gonna be tough, I think, to get this going and use it multiple times in a match and keep that going. So yeah, a little bit weaker, I think, so far out of the 4. So let's keep going on down here. So on the GP burst, you only have to take damage 12 times. So again, that shouldn't be too hard at all. 3 rounds of attacks from normal attacks from the enemy will get you there. Will trigger it pretty quickly. And basically, you get a okay. So I was wondering about the half stat thing. Okay, so his GP burst will give you the half stats, which will then kind of give you this attack boost and defense down. Kind of weird. Oh wait, no, it won't. This reduces the half stats if you have it. Oh wait, no. I think this actually will trigger your half stats. Yeah, so this will give you the half stats, and that will trigger this. So just a kind of a weird unit here in terms of how it's doing that. But yeah, it's kind of weird how they want you to get the half stats there. So going on, targets Powerhouse Free Spirit class for 100% chance of half stats. So again, they want you to take down Powerhouse Free Spirit characters. That's what you're really looking to do. will be good against like the Dex powerhouse team, especially because they're strength focused. I think that you'll have a pretty good way to take down Dex teams now if you're facing them with this guy. It's probably one of his main use cases. And then targets all enemies for leaders, base damage times 4, and then attack times 20. Okay, so this is more close to what the Luffy was doing, right? Where you have kind of some spread, some additional damage and then some spread damage, right? Now, granted, this is attack times 20 instead of like 20,000 fixed, but still, it's going to hit pretty hard. And I guess depending on what the how many burst gauges you have, that will kind of determine how easy or difficult this will be to trigger. But yeah, you're going to be taking a bunch of shots of damage from these guys. So it's going to be interesting how people strategize around that to get around that for the upcoming session there. So that being said, let's go into the final ability here, which is the GP leader. So that being said, he can target strength teammates for speed recovery up level 6, special CT up level 3. Targets driven cerebral classmates for HP up, attack up 6, defense up, and then when remaining times to the less, targets all enemies for defense down. So the GP leader ability really isn't that great. You only get the special CT3, which is probably the best part of it. But yeah, that's kind of a bummer that you don't get a lot more there. But you'll be doing a lot of attack down to the enemy, plus with all the damage you'll be doing from the spread damage and the fixed. Like, this unit's good, don't get me wrong. I don't think he's just nearly on the same level as the Luffy and the Bonnie. But still, respectable unit. I think he'll definitely see some play going forward. Again, you'll probably see a lot of teams where he slots in to fill in for the existing Saturn, right, on a lot of the 5 Elder teams. I don't know if you really build too many Navy teams with this guy, or maybe some zone teams. I think mostly you'll see world government teams with this guy. So overall, like, he's not bad. I would probably give him on a scale of like 1 to 10. I would probably say he would be maybe like a 7. I think he's okay. Not busted, not broken, but I think he's gonna be able to do a ton of damage in PvP with his abilities there. A lot of ability to do slot effects and chain multipliers and all that stuff, increased damage taken, all that stuff for his PvE kit. So overall, not a bad unit, which is why I'm giving him a 7. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, appreciate what you're doing. Let me know what you think of this unit here. I do think he's better than the Int version of Saturn that we got, so that is good, I guess, that we got a better version, and the more world government characters you get, the better, especially trying to build teams to fulfill some of those conditions on the 5 Elders teams, right? It helps to have them. So, like the unit, probably grade him a 7, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below for how this guy is. Do you think he's really good? Do you see him having a lot of use going forward? Love to hear from you guys. Till next time, as always, be kind to each other. Thanks.